crazy. That's all you need to do.
That's it. And then you have a podcast. This is A Grudge, episode 2.
Why do you keep... you gotta name it.
I'm kind of a bully. I'm a slight bully. So I feel like if I'm being bullying, I'll stop. This is Unnamed Podcast, episode 2.
That's me talking to my friend Aalap Patel. He's a comic here in New York City. He's one of the first comedian friends I made after moving here. And we thought this would be a good idea to just record ourselves every time we hung out. So we started recording these back in December of 2014. And we just knew we wanted to do a podcast together, but we weren't sure what the form was going to be or what we were going to talk about. And one of the first ideas we had was that we were going to do this show called The Grudge, where we would just air our grievances about the people in our lives, and we would bring them on to talk about them and work stuff out.
So our original idea for this was to air a grudge, right?
Right.
For somebody like petty grudges.
Petty grudges that you don't bring to light normally in normal life.
Why don't you go ahead and talk about your first one? Let's give this a shot. We can hear.
All right. So when I moved in with my current roommate, he would just put his shoes all along the wall near the door, and it was kind of annoying. Like when you open the door and just like a bunch of shoes and socks and stuff there. So I bought a shoe rack to put all the shoes, and I put all his shoes and my shoes on there. But then he has a lot of shoes, so he had a bunch of like extra shoes, and so now he was just using the shoe rack and putting his shoes on the wall. So I bought another shoe rack for myself, and I put that shoe rack next to my door, and I put all my shoes there, and now he could put all his shoes on his shoe rack. But now he just puts half his shoes on the shoe rack and half his shoes on the wall. And it's like, I've never expressed this to him at all, but I figured that passive-aggressively I would hint at it by buying 2 shoe racks.
Right. So when you bought the shoe racks, what did he say? Like, oh, shoe racks.
Yeah, I was like, it's better than having the shoes just all along the wall. And he didn't really, he was like, okay, sure, We didn't really have a discussion about it. I was just like, hey, I bought the shoe rack so we could put our shoes up here and so not all over the place.
No discussion?
Not really.
See, I think if we were roommates and I came home and you had bought a shoe rack, I think I would know, something is amiss. You purchased the thing, an organizational thing.
Well, I think you're much more like perceptive in that way, and you're kind of like wary of giving offense.
When we were talking in the restaurant, the one that you were explaining was something about the shower. There was something about the shower.
Oh, okay. The shower is even more of a minor grudge, okay. Well, this is the whole point of the podcast, is to let the grudges out and not. So, how the shower gets moldy into the liner?
Yeah.
So, he was like, we should replace this every couple months. And I was like, all right, that's a good idea. So we got a new one. And now I've been, pretty diligent. This is a little bit nicer looking one and everything. I've been pretty diligent with, when you get out of the shower, you leave the shower, you spread it out so it can dry out. And he hasn't. So now it's upsetting to me, hey, you're the problem, not me.
But he did say we should replace this every couple months.
Yeah, but they would look nicer and be less gross if we just did that simple thing.
So your concern is that you can get more life out of these.
Yeah, I mean, it's if the problem is we're replacing them because they get gross, because they get moldy and stuff. So if we're really worried about mold, let's really just do the simple action of, it sounds so petty when you say it out loud. The thought is you don't...
But something clearly bothers you.
Anyway, that didn't really work out. We didn't stick with that one. Maybe we were both just too afraid of the confrontational nature of it. I don't know. But I just started obsessing about the sound quality. I mean, you can tell the audio is thin because I just thought we'd record these on our iPhones at first, right? And then just sync them up. And then my OCD kicks in, and I start chiding him about being in my room with his shoes off and how it was freaking me out.
What are you talking about? Yeah. Why did we just ate at a Dosa place?
I think that here's the problem right now that I'm feeling, not the magic that we had on the walk over here.
Yeah.
You have your shoes off.
Well, because my feet, my shoes my shoes got wet and my socks got a little wet, you know, a little bit. So I'm just
Right,
trying it
but
out.
what disturbs me is that you just off with your feet, off with it. Like right in first thing you came in my room and commented on how
it's unnatural to keep your socks on all the time, man.
All right, it just
You don't
seems
think so?
a little
No,
familiar. It's like if you got in my car for the first time and just started flossing
That's not the same.
right away.
You don't have your shoes off in this room?
I take my socks. I go down to my socks because it smells, and I don't trust this carpet. I live here, and this doesn't feel like friendly carpet.
Oh, well, I guess that's a good point you made.
You can smell, can't you?
I guess I'll smell
Why don't
it,
you
yeah.
describe to these people what it is? Because it's not. It's not my smell.
It's not. Yeah,
This is not me.
This is not Andy's smell. This is a mildly, like the smell is.
It's a sweet.
The smell is strong, but it's not. It's not like a very terrible smell, but it's just strong. It's like
It's yeah.
It's just like a musty smell. You know.
Musty bo though. There's a b.
There's a bo and must, but the bo is not overpowering, and the must is not overpowering. They work together to just kind of be. It's like an irritating thing, really. It's not like a. It's like this is. I just wish it wasn't here. That's all. It's not ruining my life, you know.
But anyway, after I got over my hostility, we sort of inevitably started talking about, sadness and happiness and depression and stuff like that.
So what's going on in your life? Tell me right now.
I'm in kind of a dark place.
Really?
Yeah. I don't feel very hopeful about life in general right now.
But you've always I've only known you for a few months, and it seems like that's been the pattern.
Yeah, but I don't know. It's I don't like it. I would like to feel hopeful or something. I mean, this is the big thing that's missing from my life. I don't feel like I have a good. I don't know if I really want to live. I just happen to be alive.
Wow, that's some powerful shit.
You know, like I go to work, and then occasionally I do comedy, and I have a good time when I'm performing, like on shows and stuff. But I don't know what's going on in the long run.
You don't have. What you're saying is you don't have hope.
Yeah, I don't have hope. I don't really feel hopeful. That's totally correct.
There's nothing you really burn for.
No, I mean, there's nobody that I'm intensely in love with or anything, and there's nothing I gotta be famous #1 comedian or something. I don't know. I don't have any. Yeah, I don't know.
You're just sad.
Yeah, but it's not like a deep like I'm on the floor of the shower sadness. It's sort of like a blue collar, like a working man's sadness.
Oh, I love that working man sadness. Yeah, blue collar sadness. Okay. It doesn't translate though, but this is the problem with comedians is, it doesn't really translate that you're feeling that way, but I know enough to know about me and how I present myself that underneath that is some deep sadness, just because you're making yourself presentable, because if you really showed the depth of the darkness, you wouldn't be fun to be around.
Right. Well, there was an article in somewhere in Salon or something about.
That's too far.
That's
too far. Bringing up Salon, that's too far.
You've gone too far. No, but it's about basically most of the time, people are putting on a good face when they're depressed or whatever, when they're in a bad part of their life, because you have to, just so your life doesn't collapse into nothingness. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So and as comedians, we're really good at presentational tricks. Because we practice the same kind of jokes over and over again, and we want to have the same emotional tone, so we can, jump into whatever tone we need to. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm afloat in the ocean,
You don't like that feeling?
No, because there's no land in sight.
I often think that when I am happy, because I do have moments of being happy, that I think it actually takes a certain amount of endurance to be actually happy. Like you have to, like for me to not talk myself out of it is
So can you explain that? What does that mean?
like if I'm having a really good day, I'll start thinking about this isn't gonna last forever. Tomorrow's gonna. I know I'm gonna have like an emotional hangover tomorrow, and all that kind of obsessing doesn't let me enjoy the happy day. The feeling good.
Right.
And I'm just making this self-fulfilling thing. Who knows? It could last a few days, but I have to decide that tomorrow. It usually resets every day. Like honestly, days here in New York, it's hard to get out of bed in the morning. Not just the waking up, the dread.
Yeah.
I feel the dread of getting up in the morning. But then, often by the end of the day, like after I've gone out and I've done like a set or two, I feel like amazing. I'm having these great, like the way home from stand-up is usually great.
The swings are too much. Because in New York, I feel like, why am I here? I should be with my family or with my friends or like. I feel like I have no life, right? I have a.
Where is your family?
My mom's in India, and then my siblings live in the South, in Charlotte and Atlanta. So, I don't know. Like, I feel like what is the point of me being in New York? I really don't know.
Oh yeah.
Because I kind of don't feel like I'm gonna make it as a comedian. I feel like I've gotten a lot better than I was.
Yeah.
And I feel like actually I'm a lot better than a lot of people that I see around. But I don't know if that means anything.
Yeah.
In terms of like, oh, like it'll work out. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna work out.
You're not enjoying it.
No, I really enjoy performing a lot.
When you're up there.
Yeah, I love it, actually. It's great. Like, it's magical sometimes. Like a couple weeks ago, I did a show at 1&1. And
That's a good show.
I had the best, some of the best, like, well, not even some of it. It's definitely the best, like, crowd work type interactions that I ever had. And, that was great, but it's like, I mean, I don't know. Like, I'll be 34 tomorrow. And so I don't know, like...
It's your birthday eve.
It's my birthday eve, but, I feel like I'm getting worn out. I feel like life has worn me out. I mean, I also look older than I should. I don't know. I just don't take care of myself, I feel like. Because I got all this white in my beard and everything. I don't know.
This just got sad.
Let's end it before it gets sadder. How long have we been doing this for? Like 20 minutes?
At least.
So that's the kind of stuff we were talking about when we stopped trying to perform or whatever. And then, I don't know, I thought it was maybe too much of a bummer to share with people, so I just kind of sat on it for a while. And then, some life just stuff happened. I ended up moving out of that room. It's terrible, smelly, mildewy room in Queens. And then I moved into this room with no windows in Bed-Stuy. And then in February of 2015, we recorded this in the windowless room. We just kind of meandered around, talked about girls, and then it ends with us reading poems to each other. What did you have for breakfast today, just so I can get a level?
I had, it's kind of embarrassing, but I had an egg and cheese sandwich on a croissant with a hash brown inside. With
Did
salt,
you make
pepper,
it?
Ketchup. No, they make it for me at the deli. And
do they know you're coming?
Yeah, I just hand them the croissant. I grab a croissant from one area of the deli. I'm like, hey guys, and then I give them the thing, and they just start making it. That's why I'm so fat. Because they know, you know what I mean?
Oh shit, there goes my teapot.
I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here's my handle. Here's my spout. Green, please? I don't know if I have that. Whatever you want, then. Hey, nani, nani, me and my Bonnie. I don't know what I'm saying. I just love to hear my voice because I'm a goddamn psychopath. This is going to be on NPR. Alec Baldwin will interview one of us if he lives long enough for us to get famous. I want to talk to Alec Baldwin. You understand what I'm saying, motherfucker?
I'm talking very softly because I don't know why, but I just am.
Tea mug has a giraffe on the bottom of it.
Wait, where am I going to put this tea? Like right here? Is it?
Can you promise you're not going to spill on it?
Yes. I get excited to like use microphones and hear my own voice and all this.
I mean, these mics are radio mics. I mean, they've been using these in commercial radio for years. Yeah, it's in pop music. It's got a pretty flat response.
It's good, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I could. Do you know about? Are you a good like music producer? Like I want to put out a mixtape, like a rap mixtape. Could you help me with that if I like put together like a shitty version of it? Could you help me make a good version of it?
I don't know. Maybe.
No? Okay.
I wanted to be like in music at one point, right? That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a recording engineer, and then I realized it takes like a mathematician.
Does it really?
I mean, it takes a really sequential kind of logic.
Why?
Because signal flow. It's all about signal flow.
Signal flow. What does that mean?
And like if following where the signal is going, you need to know that stuff.
What are you talking? I mean, the signal goes through the wires. What does that mean? I don't understand what you're saying to me.
I'll show you sometime.
These goddamn OkCupid girls are so cute.
Are you looking at OkCupid right now?
I just happen to have it open on my phone. This girl's so cute.
What's her name?
She wants nothing to do with me. She's probably boring as shit. I don't know. But she's very cute. It's not fair, right? Like, I feel like being like attractive, it's like so easily recognizable to people. Like, just like you don't have to do work.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like they see it and like. But if you're like if you're like a fun person or like a super smart person, you have to do something to like show somebody like,
You have to have a personality.
Yeah.
What about the beautiful people who have a personality? They're like superhuman. I have a friend like that.
Is she like your good friend, or how do you know her?
We're not good friends. But I mean, we definitely have a history.
Oh man.
And like a good history.
You heard it here
No,
first.
I don't mean like we kind of came up to the threshold of romance and didn't quite cross over.
What does that even mean?
She's the one. I don't know if I've told
like
you
you
the
were gonna
story.
kiss, but then you were like you were like this, but you were like actually like that. And does that even make any sense?
We were not like ships passing in the night,
right?
Trying to kiss like you just did with your hands. What we were was some
lips passing in the night.
She was that kind of crush where it was like, oh, she's 2 levels above me. I can't ever have her. Kind of blah blah. We had planned.
I never want to feel that way. I'd never want you to feel that way again.
You could start by letting me finish the story that I'm about to do. If you really want to start being the change you want to see in the world, that might.
Just because I'm Indian, you think that's what I want? Sorry, go ahead.
What do people in India have? I don't want to talk about this. This is too hacky, but
no, just ask it to me.
Like bumper stickers. What kind?
No, we don't have bumper stickers really. Not that many people have cars. You know that, right?
Everyone's honking anyway, so the whole honk if you're blank premise for bumper stickers.
They paint
out.
Stuff on their cars, like on the
like
trucks.
henna.
Like no, henna. It's not henna. No, it's not henna. You don't put henna on the back of a truck.
How do you say Hemi with an Indian?
Don't make me do these things.
Do it. Do it.
No, come on. I can't do it. I feel so guilty for doing that.
I try to do voices.
MTV thing.
I've been trying to study the voiceover thing. I kind of want to do it. That's part of why I bought this stuff, is because you can audition with these. But some of these guys have I would never do this, but animation guys can do all these, voices. Dude,
why are you limiting yourself by saying I'm never gonna do it? Maybe you can.
Would you let me fucking finish my goddamn? There's 2 pieces of gold that you've just blown by now that are just gone.
No, they're not gonna. Just finish your thing.
I formed a resentment, so I cannot share the story with you. Okay, Andy, rein it in. Yoda. I used to try to do a bit about Yoda shoplifting.
Paid for that, I did.
That was all I could come up with.
What about
hey Yoda, let me see the bag.
What about I'm holding this for a friend?
Brought from home, I did.
There you go. That's a good one. Do I'm holding it for a friend.
holding it for a friend I am.
There you go.
Back off. Off.
I don't understand the knocking.
I don't know. It was hitting him with his cane.
Oh, okay. Right. I forget that he has that little stump cane.
Anyway, voices. Why I should be limiting myself, Aalap. The sky is not the limit. I'm 37. Like, I need to start narrowing it down. What? Nobody can shake their head like an Indian man. There's the way, yeah. It's so beautiful. I'm sorry, I keep pointing it. I feel like it's very alienating.
What do you mean?
To keep pointing out to you that you're Indian.
I don't feel alienated.
Okay. You should, because I feel a distance. Last night, VJ and I were walking home from this thing, and
So her name's VJ?
yeah,
It's very confusing. For
Another
a white
time
chick to be named VJ, right?
yeah. Obviously, this is not.
Okay.
Yeah, I we were walking home, and this guy asked me if I was white. He's like, "Are you something else too? Are you mixed?"
You could be like,
One time a lady told me that I looked Lebanese, and I came home from work and I told my mom, this lady told me I looked Lebanese. And my mom said, "You're not Lebanese."
that's funny, man. That's like the beginning of like a bit.
I keep wanting to tie a bow on this somewhere. I have no idea what we've been doing. We've been walking around talking. I don't know what we've got here. We've got about half an hour. We've probably got a solid 2 hours of audio, though.
It's fun to do. I don't know. Like,
It is fun. But I just don't know what this is going to be yet, so I'm trying to think about it.
I mean, you could be saying that about this. You could be saying about your life, right?
Yeah.
Can I read you a poem that will...
Yeah. Do you have one ready?
Yeah. The Rilke poem. Did I tell you about the Rilke poem?
No, read me a poem.
I
You
told
read
you.
me one, and I'll read you one.
All right, this is Rilke. It's called Widening Circles. I live my life in widening circles that reach out across the world. I may not complete this last one, but I give myself to it. I circle around God, around the primordial tower. I've been circling for thousands of years, and I still don't know. Am I a falcon, a storm, or a great song?
Thank you, man. I'll read you one. It is a poet named Greg
Andy Salk.
Kohler. You are my hand going down your pants. You are my hand rummaging through your blouse and over your, well, you knows. I have my hand in your pants, but it's your fault because it is you. It is you, my hand in your jeans, in your underwear. I am your hand touching my hand when I light your cigarette. I am your voice saying, let's do it. You are my hand in your pants. You are dead and I am dead. With you in the next grave over. The kids have your skin and my tendency to give amazing advice. They are not dead yet, but they will be. They will be dead, love. You are the porch light coming back on just as I am to the corner, leaving, smoking. You are the cave inside a kiss. The vacuum between my lungs and the cigarette. You are my hand down your pants. If you need you, you will be in your pants in the next grave over. I will be your voice saying, why don't you go ahead and say you love me?
That's so good, man.
Isn't that a beautiful poem?
It's a great poem.
It does that turn on you.
Yeah.
I love that turn, man.
Yeah, it's like a fun...
The Volta.
It's a fun, jokey poem, and then it becomes like a, what did you say, the Volta?
That's the term for the turn in poetry. The Volta.
That's very good. This poem that I read to you, I was in the car and I was crying and I was like, I wanted to tell someone like this, and I tried to call my sister and tell her, and but she wasn't able to talk, or she didn't pick up the phone, and I felt such a strong I needed to share this with someone, but I didn't get to do it, so I just drove around for a couple hours and I was in a total you know what I mean? But your emotion doesn't leave you when you're inside a car. It just fills up the car. And now you're in a the car is just full of whatever emotion you just released through that crying or whatever.
So here we are, two grown men in a windowless room reading poems to each other, who had originally started out recording a podcast, and I think it's pretty much safe to say we maybe have lost the thread of any kind of what we were doing. I don't know, I just enjoyed talking to Aalap. It helped somehow. And that was not an easy time. I would watch the sun come up as just this little strip of light underneath the door, which, it was harrowing. It's not good for your mental health. But why? Like, why at this point are we recording this much stuff? I don't know. And to be honest, I don't think that, I'm not going to try and tie a bow on this. I'm making it sound like it's This American Life or something that I'm trying to do here, but really, I'm just trying to share whatever this weird project is with you. So that was February 11th of 2015. Then there's this. It's about 10 minutes of us just walking around between shows in the village. And I think I was walking him to his next gig.
How are you? Good, how are you doing? Good. We're going to a show. That's a guy from my work who got hired and I didn't. With a broken arm. They hired him with a broken arm.
He seems like a nice guy.
No, he is. See? He just got it coming off him.
Yeah, he does.
He does. I am a nice guy.
He walks around
You know what? I'm not a nice guy.
No, you... Why don't we go in here for a second? Compose ourselves.
The church? There's a lot of opportunities for, spiritual... there's very spiritual decisions along this street. There's the sex shop, and then there's the church. And then there's Stomp. I don't know what spiritual decision that is. Have you ever been to Mighty Quinn's? It's pretty good.
Do you think people stomp more as they walk past it?
I'm sure.
Subconsciously stomping?
Yeah.
I've done cabin. I did cabin twice. I'm a big shot.
No, that is big.
It's not.
I think it's big.
It seems big, but everything is just a gate to another gate. It's a succession of gates.
The last gate, St. Peter. Did we book you in this thing? He's like,
I don't see your name on here.
What are your credits?
That's basically what it is, right?
That's true. You know me from feeding the poor. I also, let's see, what else did I do?
Mean to Stephanie. I was pretty mean to Stephanie. I'm not gonna lie.
Devoted my life to education of poor black children. That's just racist charity.
Assuaging white guilt doesn't count.
Where is this? The Boiler Room? That's where you're performing?
I wish.
Is that a place? A real hot place?
No, it just looks like a regular old
Yeah, that
sad
doesn't
bar.
look popular.
It's a gay bar.
The Boiler. I should know. They always have names like that.
Yeah.
The
Can't
machine.
just have
the
a regular
pump,
name. Jesus.
the gasket. The blown gasket.
The anus.
Butt sex. Why don't we come up with something a little less explicit than butt sex? Manhole. That's a bar in Chicago I used to live by.
Yeah.
Do you know where we're going?
Yeah, we're going to Avenue B. And 4th, I think. Right, we're on 4th.
We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the sun's and the seasons are all gone. You know that song?
I do.
We had joy.
Who sings that?
I don't know.
The Mamas and the Papas.
Yeah, it's like the Kingston Trio or something. We had joy, we had fun, we had seasons in the sun, but the wine and the song and the seasons are all gone.
Yeah. I don't like that song. It's like a goodbye song. Huh?
I like it. That's where it's
I feel
very.
like they're setting me up to not be here.
It's very Ecclesiastes. Basically, it's like they're cleaning up this beach. We got to get out of here. That's what that song.
That's what it is.
We had some good times.
I like that Pina Colada song.
If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain,
Yeah.
that's a rare combination. I like
That's my act out of Pina Coladas, and then like it's running back to that.
like you're covering your pina
Yeah.
colada. That's why it has an umbrella.
Oh, there it is. End of podcast.
If you like making love at midnight. And what's the other one?
On the dunes of the Cape.
On the dunes of the Cape?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a guy who's just reciting a really good night he had. If you like pina coladas and getting caught in the rain,
You like making love at midnight on the dunes of the Cape.
you could totally... you could sum up that song. I fucked this chick on the beach. We got drunk and I fucked this chick on the beach.
She's so dumb she answered this Craigslist ad.
It was in the rain.
The idiot didn't even.
We didn't
wanna go
even.
inside. That'd be the follow-up song is just like a mean, like high five song to his bro.
People say shit like it's so elegant, but the real root of that song is.
Is this an evil, deceptive man? Yeah.
There,
What was it? Oh, to fuck you?
I was always suspicious, like, oh, to fuck you.
Yeah. Oh, to fuck you.
Oh, to fuck you.
That's every song too, right?
As a kid, and it's not as much as it used to be, but like, you know how songs, like soul songs, they have a lot of like veiled sexual stuff.
Yeah.
And as a kid, I was always like, why don't they, I don't understand. I never feel like the way they're describing like being horny. It's like, you make me wild. You know, I don't even know. They don't say it like that. I'm trying to think. Think of like a Marvin Gaye lyric. Like, I want to get next to you.
Yeah.
That's so, like, I never experienced, it frustrated me because I
You
never.
want to get next to people?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like the nice version of sexuality.
Girls like the nice version. At least at
Yeah,
first.
you're not supposed to share the earthy one. The earthy pagan.
Not right away, at least.
That's what I don't get. Why can't you go right to it?
It's a dance.
Yeah. It is a dance. It's a dance towards filth.
I want to do a filthy dance with you.
I want a filthy.
It's dirty dancing.
I want to use your body like a meat puppet.
Oh, Jesus.
You can't say that. It's not very romantic.
So you gotta say Wonderland.
I want to. Yeah, your body is a wonder. Your body is a meat puppet. That's one of the things about New York. You can't always just expect that the guy, you know, and like, that guy's not gonna run over me.
Right. Well, yeah, we don't know that, right?
But well, I feel like in most other cities you can be like, no, they're not gonna run you over. They might. There's a chance. Where are we going?
Avenue B.
You sure?
Yes. It's
All right.
50 Avenue B. We're gonna be right on time. He said be there by 8:15. It's gonna be perfect.
You don't see a lot of elderly outdoors in New York. Have you noticed that? The city just chews them up. Seriously, if you the subway, when was the last time you saw like a really frail elderly person?
I think they try not to. Once you get older, I think maybe they try to avoid like.
The subway, the city. I think they go away.
You think those two guys were recording a podcast as well?
What's this graffiti say? Cost, fucked, hymns. This shit never makes sense.
There's a very small overlap between English majors and graffiti artists. It's a very
Yeah, you're right.
just Banksy, I think. Actually, my show is at the Connolly Theater.
At
Looks like it's some sort of meeting.
least we're not laboring in the independent theater world.
Would that be worse?
Yeah, I bet there's some... Like, think of the open mic version of a play.
It's just a play.
No. It's
Well,
like
you
a
just-
play that no one put on.
Yeah,
you know,
you
an
just,
open
like,
mic is a
run-
play that nobody signed
Run
up
lines.
signed up for. You're putting it out there without anyone asking
Hey,
for it. You know what I'm saying? So the open mic version of that in the theater, it's got to be a nightmare.
it's nightmares all the way down, my man.
Yeah.
Looks like this is it, huh?
All right. And then we didn't really talk for a while after that. Not for any particular reason. We're just kind of doing our own thing. And then I get this email that Aalap sent out to a bunch of people. I hope he doesn't mind if I read it, but it was in July. And it said, "Hey, loved ones. I am leaving New York. I'm going down to Atlanta and planning to spend time with my mom before she leaves for India. After that, I have a few ideas, but haven't decided yet. I'll be heading out in roughly 2 or 3 weeks. I'm not sure when I'll next be back up here. I may set up a little hangout one evening in the city. I'll keep you posted. Good friendships don't need much tending, in my opinion, so don't feel obliged. Sorry if this seems abrupt, but it's something I've been considering for a while. Thank you for being a friend. We've traveled down the road and back again. Your heart is true. You're a pal and a confidant. FYI, this is from the Golden Girls theme for all the FOBs who missed out. Peace." I don't know who those are. FOBs. Do you guys know what that means? Now I want to text him and ask him what FOBs means. Sorry, I don't know. But, yeah, and I mean, I kind of saw it coming. I mean, we had talked about that stuff for a while. It's always the fantasy to leave here. I mean, it just, you get so much... I actually get relief just thinking about moving from here. I mean, I'll go on the U-Haul website and just pretend like I'm renting a truck sometimes. And that helps a little bit. Anyway, so Aalap comes back in November, I think. And I honestly didn't think he was coming back. I didn't know at all. But, you know, especially if somebody's a really good comedian, which Aalap is a very talented comedian and very conversational, natural, you kind of can not imagine them not doing it. So part of you is like, they'll be back. And, yeah, I get a text. It's like, "Hey, I'm back. Let's hang out." And of course, you know, I want him to record again. I haven't seen him for a few months. What is that? April and May to June to July. I don't know, 6-7 months. I'm not a mathematician. But he comes back and he looks, you know, svelte, thin. And we have this conversation. This one's like an hour. But there's some not safe for work. This is not safe for work. This is not safe for home, honestly, either. I mean, I actually recorded myself urinating in this part. I'm embarrassed to say. But we had these wireless mics on, so I'm kind of walking in and out of. This is my newest apartment down in Lefferts Gardens. Finally, I'm in a nice apartment here in New York. And we talk about use of the word like. We talk about Aalap's struggles with Taco Bell. And we just kind of start talking again. We just kind of get back into it. And here's this.
I was thinking salt and pepper. See, that's a different upbringing that we have.
Good. Yeah, I was thinking of Whip It. We had different upbringings? Look at this.
We didn't.
What do you mean we had different upbringings?
Like, we were exposed to different things.
Look at this. So this is... If I
Sure,
were
I'm
going to
too
do
short to
it...
look at this.
This is... Oh, you can't see this? I'm showing Aalap where I would commit suicide. I shouldn't joke about that, but I don't think it's high enough.
You can joke about it.
Well...
Why wouldn't you joke about it?
Well, because I'm very seriously considering it. But...
Well, do me a favor. Call me before you
yeah,
like...
no, I'll call you.
All right.
So don't ever let my calls go to voicemail.
You got me. Look at this. You can see the stars and stuff. This is great.
Okay, see from here you can see down.
Let me see. Yeah.
And I think, I'm not positive, but my room, I'm pretty sure is right here. So like when the teenagers come up here on the roof, I can hear them. They come up here and make out. Sometimes there's a lot of.
Are they loud? They don't know how to make out gently.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I just think of teenagers making. They're probably just hanging out. They're just walking around. But you got all the dishes. You know, somebody's watching. Somebody could be watching porn through that dish. Do you think about that? Or
yeah,
this could be. This could
it's not
be
an internet dish.
It doesn't have to be porn. It could be. It's not an internet dish. This is a satellite.
I don't know. It could be an internet.
Could it be?
No. Why would they have it?
You look great. What did you do? You lost a ton of weight.
I lost about maybe 12 pounds.
You've lost the right 12.
Yeah. I was the last month I've been eating well. I've been eating low carbs and generally healthy, and I've been running 3 times a week and then working out 3 times a week.
Nice.
I can run for 40 minutes without stopping now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's great, dude. And you just moved back. What happened? What are you doing? You're back here.
What do you mean?
You never were good. Like last time we talked, you were like out. You're gone.
I don't remember what I said last time we talked.
Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I was just. What happened that made you like? Okay.
I was afraid that I would regret leaving, and then I would not do comedy anymore, and then my life would just be. I like my life to be a steep downhill rather than a slow downhill. So I feel like, it's steeper.
So what do you mean? Sorry, maybe that's a larger question than you have locked and loaded. Like that you're back.
I don't know what to do with myself other than try to do some kind of comedy thing.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But you got a break, if anything.
I did. I got a good break.
Yeah.
I feel like I dismantled my life unnecessarily, though. I feel like I could have just
Why? You got in shape. That's
I did.
Huge.
I feel a lot healthier.
You seem calm.
Yeah, I'm pretty calm.
Yeah.
I'm not depressed. I'm not,
Yeah. You're like
smoking weed every day. I'm not.
You're like a Svengali. Look this. Okay, look. Can you see it? This is height. You can see into the courtyard. That's pretty high, right? Looking down.
It would be like would you commit suicide in the inner courtyard or in the street? What kind of a person are you? That's the real question.
Right. The courtyard is the introvert suicide.
This is like a Russian suicide.
What in the courtyard?
Inside the courtyard, because your suffering is internal.
Yeah.
And then that's sort of like more of a Western suicide out in the street.
But isn't it beautiful? It's beautiful up here.
Yeah, it's nice.
Is this okay that we're talking on this?
About what? No, that's fine. I don't care. Why would I care? I like talking on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if somebody were to hear it and then ask me about it later on, I don't know how I would feel about that.
What do you mean?
I haven't thought about it let's say you put it out as an episode or something.
Yeah.
And then my fear is that people don't get it when you make jokes about jumping off buildings.
Oh, that stuff.
You know what I mean?
Oh, these people. They don't. I don't know. There's probably 20 guys in the Ukraine that you offended.
No, that's not what I mean.
I do have some international listeners.
That's not what I mean.
I know. I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean.
Shouldn't joke about suicide.
No, you should joke about suicide, but a lot of people don't get it. They don't. I don't want people to be concerned about me or you.
I do. It's a cry for help. I mean, I'm joking, but I want attention. I'm realizing I think it is a way for me to. I don't know how much of my depression is about control and getting people to. I'm getting pity. I think I'm trying to get pity sometimes. I mean, I genuinely feel shitty. Look at that moon.
Oh, that's a moon. Wow. Okay. It looks like a orange wedge. Looks like a very. It would be a shitty orange. It'd be light, like a lot of a very light colored orange. But that's a pretty dope moon. Is that pollution or is it what is it? What causes that color?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's so quiet here too.
I know. You can see, and you can see the the One Trade Center.
Is that it?
That's one.
It doesn't look very impressive.
It's a lot of antenna.
Yeah.
It's mostly antenna.
It looks like a Christmas tree. It's stupid. Like,
Uh-huh.
I think they would have a better design.
They can do stuff with the antenna though.
Look,
like,
look, it pulses. See
it's
it?
pulsing. Yeah.
It gets now it's dim. It's doing stuff.
Yeah, it's just flashing.
How about let's just do 30 minutes of describing...
Just describing
intent.
blinking lights on the city skyline. I like it.
Then I would worry about your mental health. I'm like,
I am so
just
glad you're
doing-
back. I am not doing well.
You're not?
So I don't mean to bring
I
you
thought
down.
you were. I thought you were doing
Really?
well. Yeah. I don't know. You said you had a good job or something. You had a decent...
Do you want something to eat? I have pot roast. I made pot roast.
I can't eat pot roast. I don't eat meat.
You don't?
Remember?
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I have mashed potatoes.
That's all right. I don't need to eat.
Okay.
It smells like weed up here.
Yeah, people smoke pot up here.
Can't wait to get a job so I can start smoking weed again.
That's part of the cycle.
No, I mean, I just enjoy it so much. I'll probably hold off for a while.
How long are you gonna make it, do you think? It's part of the
I
job
I can make
process.
it infinitely long, probably, at this point. If somebody were to offer me some, like, then I might have trouble, but...
Welcome.
Wow.
Yeah.
This is so spacious.
It's huge. This is my roommate, Steve. Steve,
Hi, Steve.
How are you?
Nice to meet you, man.
Steve.
Nice to meet you, too.
Yeah. This is the bathroom.
Oh, my God.
There's not a lot of water pressure. It's just
Decent
sort of
bathroom,
spitting.
That's all right. I could live with that.
Sit on my Kivik chair.
This is a nice chair.
This one?
Yeah.
You don't have to sit in this. I meant this one.
Oh.
You're the guest. Look at this. I've been using these dry erase wall paper things.
Uh-huh.
You can write on this with
Oh, yeah, wow.
dry erase markers.
Oh, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I see it now, yeah.
I'm trying to do plank exercises where you... Do you know about plank exercises?
Yeah, I do planks.
Yeah. You look great, dude. I don't mean to freak you out, but
Thank you.
I'm sure that freaks you out.
Well, I did cut my hair today since I was going on a date.
Oh, how did that date go?
It was okay.
What?
I don't know. It's all right.
You don't want to talk about it?
No, I don't know. I mean, it was... she was a nice person.
But
She seems like she's kind of fun. I don't know. I didn't really feel like...
there wasn't a connection.
Yeah, not really. I'm not sure. Sometimes you don't feel it right away. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true. I have campfire incense.
You should light it.
I'm gonna light it right now because it's very relaxing. This is what I go to sleep to. I sleep to smell.
It's aromatherapy.
I don't know. It does.
Does it help you sleep?
Oh my god. Well, it helps relax me. It makes me think of the campfire. This has been one of those days where like just talking to people has helped me
Yeah.
get out of my rut. The show, like, maybe there'll be some sort of revolution in show business where the veil. Do you think that the curtains it won't ever happen?
Because entertainment is just for regular people, and they don't want to look behind the veil. Most people.
I know, and I actually, frankly, I'm starting to not want to look behind it anymore either. Like I used to think I'm on the cutting edge of some groundbreaking new paradigm.
Yeah, I keep thinking about that myself too.
But I'm not. I just listen. And no wonder people don't want to hear about it because they don't want to hear behind the scenes. When the behind the scenes
isn't this all? You talking about this, and didn't want to hear this?
Well, I'm talking about me.
Okay.
I'm talking about me, like listening back to these episodes, and I realize like, it's making me understand entertainment because in a bigger way. Because I'm like, oh, I get it. Nobody wants to hear you for hours talking about your PTSD, the intricacies of it, over and over again.
Yeah, people are not interested in craft. Is that what you mean?
Like, for example, like let's say somebody opens up to you about something. Have you ever had that happen and it makes you feel uncomfortable?
Probably. I can't think.
Like
of an
they're not
example
ready
now,
to be talking about it. You seem sad. Are you going away?
No,
Is something wrong? What's going on?
I was looking at your to-do list, and I didn't really.
What?
I didn't really understand some of the things. That's all.
So we got meeting, which is of course my 12-step meeting.
Oh, that's what that is. Okay, I thought it was. I think
do you
it's
smell
kind
the
of cutting
campfire?
edge. Yeah, I do smell it.
It's nice, isn't it? Do you
Yeah,
think
it's
it's
pretty
what's cutting edge about this? What's happening? I don't even. We're just two people talking, but I am kind of crazy because I answered the door with the microphones.
Yeah, I mean, this is
That's groundbreaking.
We're just walking around in a diner, all this kind of stuff.
You know that
It's
stuff.
like documentary podcasting.
Huh? Dude, you're
I don't know how you could package it that way, but yeah, but just
documentary. Yeah.
Docucasting.
Well, but the thing is, with a lot of that audio,
Doccast.
I was still learning how to do this a little bit, and I didn't have good equipment, and it's I can hear. In fact, I can hear you chewing right now.
All right, man, I'll stop. I'll just put the
I don't
gum.
want to take your joy from you.
No, I mean, I have so much joy. Don't even worry about it.
What do
I
you
told
think?
you my mission statement, right?
No.
Was to cover the first surface of the earth with joy. That's my comedy mission statement.
That's good. I guess you gotta have a mission statement.
Most people don't have a mission statement.
No.
That's why they're successful.
Yeah, I don't have one. But even if I had one, I couldn't stick to it. I would rewrite it.
No, I thought of this like
I hear
a
you
year or
chewing
two
gum.
ago.
That's gonna drive the geniuses crazy. Have you heard this? Have you heard about this?
No.
This study.
The
There's-
geniuses?
Yeah, they're saying people who are brilliant have more of a. They get more annoyed by the sounds of chewing. Sorry,
No, I get
I don't
it.
mean to be a control freak. Spit your gum out into this yellow mini legal pad. I'm very excited to make you to give. I forgot that you don't eat meat.
It's all right. Let's see if I can make it into the trash can.
You know, the last time we did this, you read a poem, and I read a poem.
What poem did I read? I
don't-
read the Rilke poem. I
the
know which
Rilke poem. Yeah,
It's a
good.
powerful poem.
Do you read that on all your dates if it
I
gets
put it on my
heavy?
profile because I was like, listen, even if you don't message me, just read this poem so your life can be enriched. I put it at the bottom of the profile so people can just read it.
Do you want to know what else I have on my to-do list?
Meeting, right? And then you have meeting
Run
tomorrow.
or yoga.
Okay. You want to run tomorrow? What time?
Well, this was for today.
Oh, okay.
You'll notice none of it is done.
You didn't
I
send
can check out
updated
meeting.
res?
I did go to a meeting. Send
Resume?
Lauren updated resume. Haven't done that.
Who's Lauren? Somebody
I
job offer?
can't. Yeah, I can't. It was not an offer, but she's maybe interested.
Oh, okay.
Publish podcast. That was supposed to happen like 2 weeks ago.
Oh, this is my episode or whatever.
Yeah. I have this meeting. Pay my Discover card. Buy coffee. Did that. Package. I ordered this package, and
It's not here yet.
wow, the USPS really dropped the ball on my Chemex coffee maker. But
Look at that. You're making
Swifter.
crazy bank. You bought yourself a Chemex.
I
coffee
think you're
maker?
wrong. I am actually making good money, but it's very limited. It's very for a brief amount of time, and also I'm in crazy debt
I know. I'm just
from my PhD and my 7 years of higher education that I was hiding in and drinking using student loans. I drank with student loan money.
It's like paying twice as much for whatever you're drinking.
There are bottles of Bushmills that are still accruing interest based on the federal Stafford program. Seriously,
Yeah.
lots of them. I had figured it out at one point. I could
You
tell you a
didn't-
number.
You didn't drink when we were hanging out.
No,
right?
no,
Yeah.
no. I've been sober for about 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Well, coming up on it. December 27, 2011 is my date.
That's good.
Yeah. But anyway, my point is big number. The alcohol that I can't talk. Hi, how are you? The amount of money I spent was high, and it was on loans, and I still owe it. So don't begrudge me the money I'm
And
making.
look where you are now. It was all worth it.
You're acting like I'm living in Saddam Hussein's palace.
I mean, from the interior of what I've seen of the palace, it's very similar. I feel like he had a cubby thing like this, similar.
Saddam had a Nike cubby.
Yeah.
He did, probably. This is, you've been the first person in my room in 2 locations now. You were in Queens, and now this.
Well, that's I'm honored. I don't know if it's an honor or is it an honor.
You said you're honored.
I am.
That's
Okay.
for you to
Yeah,
decide.
that's for me to decide. I thought you were like complaining, like I haven't. You're the only person. Like
No, I was.
Okay.
I'm You're in the Farnsworth, the inner circle. That's a small circle. It's just me and you.
The line. You're in the inner line.
There's been...
It's a line.
Yeah, it's a line you cross over. It's not a circle. That's a good
It's
point.
2 points. Make a line. I was a math teacher. Then let me continue my story of where I've been.
Okay.
So on my family vacation, I went hiking, right? I did this hike. Like, the end of the hike was, like, real scary. And I decided to continue up the hike because I don't think I valued my life very much at that point in the summer. So I was like, I'm going to just do this because I'm not worried about falling.
You were suicidally hiking.
Yeah. It was very thrilling. But I did it. If I show you the video, it looks super scary, actually. But other people with me didn't continue. But I decided to go the whole way. And that was not like a turning point, but it was a nice moment. Like, because I don't know why, but
I know why. You walked up to the edge.
Yeah.
Those are important moments. I believe. I'm not being sarcastic.
No, I had done the hike when like 10 years ago when I was in college.
Yeah.
I don't remember, I think I did a different version of it because I don't remember it being that scary. But then I told myself, like, if you can't do this hike now, like, that means that you're really on the downhill in life, you know. So I was like, well, you're just gonna do the hike. Let's just do it and see what happens. So I just did it. It was good, but it was a good feeling. But it was very exhilarating too. Like.
I think you might be too relaxed in that chair. I want you to sit up.
Okay. How's that?
That's good.
Better?
That's better. Are you tired?
Generally or specifically?
I don't know. Both.
What happened to that water?
All right, dude. No, that's a good point.
No, I just...
I like what you said. This is documentary podcast.
It is.
That's a good...
I don't know how you market it, but that's what it is.
You came up with a name. Do you know that?
Yeah. Oh, wait. And what's your yarn worth?
Yeah, you can keep talking and it'll record.
With Andy Farnsworth?
Yeah. Steven, you're good.
Hey, sure.
Yeah, thanks, man. Aalap, do you want ice?
A little bit. I feel like I can keep talking and you can hear me.
Yeah,
but
I
can't
can.
hear you. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I could go a long way away.
Should I take a job as a movie extra?
Yeah. Talk. What?
Casting 360 needs movie extras, actors, and models. Should I take a job as an aesthetic patient care coordinator?
Water. I'm taking a sip of his water.
Or an assisted living coordinator?
I give it to him. Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
Is that enough water?
That's plenty of water.
I need to go to the bathroom now. This is going to be real documentary.
You want me to talk to you while you're
I'm
going to the
gonna pee.
bathroom? He's a good singer.
Yeah, he sings a lot.
What is he watching? It's very scary.
I don't know. Can you
Are
hear
you
me?
dribbling on the toilet seat?
Can you hear me?
Or is your stream...
It's pretty solid. I don't think you can hear
firing
me.
through?
It was a solid. You couldn't hear me. It's weird to know that you can't hear me. But I had a real, like, I tried to make it sound forceful.
Yeah, when there's an audience, of course.
Yeah, you gotta make it.
That's everybody does that.
Yeah.
I feel like I could talk forever.
So
until the
then
end of
what?
time.
Then what happened after the hike?
So I did this hike 10 years ago. And I was like, oh, well, you should go do this hike. It's a great hike. And it's real fun to get to the top. And you can get great views and whatever. So I took my cousin and my neighbor's kid and one of my nephews or whatever. And the hike was like, I was really out of shape. And I was like, we had to take a lot of breaks because I was out of shape and my cousin was out of shape. And once we got to the top, the normal path was like messed up. So people were kind of like going up partially just across like these rock faces, and they were pretty steep.
Mm-hmm.
And then at some point they were just like too steep. So my cousin and everybody else was like, all right, we're just gonna hang here, and I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead, and nobody else went up that way other than me. Like I kept going up, and then people were just like back there, and I think I was like 15 or 20 minutes it took me to get all the way up there. But it was pretty exhilarating, and it was kind of scary because like you look to the side and there's nothing there, and then you look over there and it's like kind of steep.
No,
I'll show you the video. It's pretty great.
You have those moments where I had one of those on Long's Peak in Colorado, where you say to yourself, "There's no railing here. Like this could be it." And
it's like this.
Yeah,
but just up.
Yeah, but it's like.
There's nothing. This is not actually a path. Like, the normal path is messed up, so people, like...
Did you guys just get lost?
No, people were there. It's just that, like, the normal path was washed out. And so people were just, like, kind of stopping at this point, and because it's exposed and you can see the views. But then to actually get to the top, people were just, like... One guy had, like, gone up that way.
Yeah.
And he was coming back. And so I went up, and then people were like... I was like, can you go up this way? And people were like, yeah, I guess. And they were just, like, sitting there eating their lunch.
Huh.
But it was kind of scary, you know. But I was glad to know that I could like do it.
So you feel like that something happened, though, that was seminal, emotional. Do you want to get in bed with me? Come on,
right, let's do it.
Hop in. So if we both lay, I have the bag between us. You can set your water on the headboard.
It'll stay? Okay. This bed is so high up.
I learned that from you.
Oh.
You have a big high bed.
No, not anymore. Now I have a mattress on the floor with no box spring.
I thought for a little bit this was going to be my gimmick, but there's people doing that. Get in bed with so-and-so.
I think you have to move beyond gimmicks.
No, there's nothing
No.
other than conversation
There's
between two people.
It's conversation. It's ceaseless.
The other thing is you hear yourself saying like. You know, when you listen back to this, it's painful.
Yeah, and you want to kill yourself, right?
Yeah,
like, for that reason.
No, I would. I honestly I would kill myself because of how much I said like. Like on my gravestone, it would be like. Just ...
Like, what can you do? I mean,
it's just you can't. It's the disease of our time. Like. Everything
it's
is
not
as
a disease.
if.
It's not a disease because
It's filler.
it's like lubricant for live conversation. When you're not in a live conversation and you have to hear it, then it doesn't work like lubricant. You know. Maybe I'm just very optimistic, and I'm just spinning the idea of it in my mind.
That's a very interesting point, though, that it has something to do with the liveness of it. Okay, can we go back to your thing, though?
Yeah. So then I did the hike. I felt really good about it, and I felt like, okay, I'm not diminished, even though I'm old. Like, because I felt really old, like, because I was out of breath. And I had to
I'm not diminished,
stop.
even though I'm old. You sound like T.S. Eliot.
Yeah, it's, you know.
I am not diminished, though I am old. Okay, so you keep, sorry.
It's like a proof rock thing.
Yeah,
like,
it is.
You gotta, like...
I wear my trousers rolled.
Yeah, it's a very powerful poem. You know, because he doesn't get to bang that chick, and it's like
when the evening is stretched out against the sky like a patient ether eyes on the table.
Yeah.
It says like. I mean, he's saying like. Even T.S. Eliot is saying like.
I mean, that's how old this disease is. That it's afflicted even our greatest poets.
What do you think about this?
That's such a sad poem, dude.
Laying down like this.
I like this. Like, it's good.
Yeah, I feel this is more relaxing somehow. I see why therapists do this.
Yeah, and then you kind of like look up at the wall, and then so like your thoughts can expand.
I could have the bullet points for all the interviews up on the ceiling.
No, you don't want a distraction. Like you can, you know, because we would never have come up with this T.S. Eliot stuff if we were looking at the wall.
That's a good point. That's a horizontal thing. That's bed talk.
You know those great conversations you have with like your friend or like your relatives, like as you're falling asleep. Like maybe you have a sleepover or something, and then you talk for like 20 minutes or something.
What if we both just fell asleep
The most radical form of podcasting. The first most radical form of podcasting is to not do a podcast. the second most is to fall asleep. Both of the participants. Did I tell you one time when I was at the Pit, I heard a comic yawn during the middle of his own set? He was like, he was telling this joke.
Was it an act out or
No,
it was said yawn.
It was him being.
I pictured him yawning
bored.
and then I yawned.
He was so bored. He was like, so I went on this.
It's so sad.
Tinder day. I went on this Tinder day.
That's my goal in comedy, is not to be bored with my own comedy. Like,
yeah,
which is hard.
I don't want to talk about comedy
Okay,
anymore.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not
your
you.
fault.
It's mine, and it's
your fault.
It's just a real source of trauma. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay, you're on the hill. You've decided...
It's not a hill, it's a mountain.
It's a mountain.
like a mountain.
You're on the mountain. You're pushing this rock up the hill, right?
Well,
you've been condemned by the gods to push a rock up a hill.
The rock that I'm pushing is my own mortality, really.
Okay.
Up that mountain.
Okay.
Yeah. Is what I'm doing. And then so and I made it, and I was by myself, and I felt really good. I really felt like, okay, like if I didn't do that, I feel like it would be the end of hope.
Yeah.
It's too steep, and I'm scared, and I can't do it. And so and it would have been like, okay, well, it's not that safe, so there's no need to do it. But then in my mind, I was like, I'd rather... it's very dramatic to think this way, but obviously, yeah, it's like it would be the end of hope to not do it. So it'd be better to like fall and hurt yourself or die. Not really, but it seems that way.
Yeah.
And when you're like a dramatic person.
You are a dramatic person.
I am.
It's
persona
dramatis
or whatever.
No, but I wouldn't have known that when I first met you. The way you talk about a lot of things is you do have episodes and you have moments of clarity.
Yeah.
You have a lot of those. But this moment of clarity, it sounds like it's about the fighting. You accepted this moment that it's better to fight and risk.
Yeah, that's why you got to come back to New York. That's what it is. It's the same thing. It's like very similar,
Yes, I do know, dude. And I'm very happy for you. I'm happy in a way for myself. Like, it gives me hope to see you come back. Because I saw how defeated you were with everything.
It's very defeated, man.
Yeah. And I understood. And I've always thought you're very funny. You're very funny, dude. And it sucks when the good ones quit and the bad ones keep going. They just it's like they've had part of their brain scooped out. And the next thing you know, they're at the Comedy Store. And they're not funny. Anyway, we weren't going to talk about comedy.
Some people just have some sort of like spiritual stamina where if you don't understand where it comes from, it has nothing.
If you don't have any spirit, you're a vacuum. You're a shell, a husk. It doesn't take much for a husk to run. It's very efficient if you're an empty husk.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Okay, sorry. I don't think that's true. I don't know. But who knows how this generation's going to pan out? It's going to be interesting to look back because there's so many people in
I'm hoping
comedy.
to get on that first Mars mission and just start a new life.
Did you see The Martian?
I did. I saw it twice.
Did you like it? I loved it.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
I mean, I'm a big fan of science fiction.
I wouldn't really say that's science fiction.
All right. I know what you mean.
Yeah, I think we had this discussion before.
We're off on a tangent, and I want to hear more about what happened.
All right. Okay. So then I did the hike, and then the vacation was good and fun. And so my neighbor's kid. Also, another thing, my neighbor's kid is he's a really good runner. He's like a high school runner. He's like very fast. So he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go running," and I was like, "All right, maybe I'll come jog with you." And then after 3 minutes, I had to give up. And it was just him warming up. So
that's not a good feeling.
No, it's not a good feeling. So that's part of me exercising and trying to eat better. Is I'm trying to. I feel like I'm foolishly trying to recapture my youth by being fit.
No,
but you still feel better. So it's there's no downside to exercising. other than like the actual time that you have to spend.
That's interesting. There's no downside to exercising. I'm trying to work on finding a downside as you're saying that. I
Right,
think you
me
might
too.
be right.
I was like, what is?
Well, jock itch. No, I did talk about this with James in the first episode. Jock itch is a downside. Do you see the plethora? Do you see? I have Tenactin. I have Lotrim and Ultra up there. I have.
Don't you shower after you work out? I mean, why do you like?
Of course I do. Why are you insulting? I mean, just because I have an Nalgene bottle with my own urine in it in my room, why do you have to go after me? Why am I doing this, dude? Why do I it's like I'm trying to keep women away. It's as if I'm pushing everyone away.
Did I tell you that my friend and I used to have a website? I don't know if it's still up. It's probably not. Called How to Lose Girls. Like it was like a spoof of like. Like like how to like get like one of those sites, but it was like tips on how to like keep girls away.
Yeah.
And he would we would come up with like funny like tips, and he would like draw them and stuff. And then
now you're saying like a lot, and it's driving me nuts.
Yeah. Anyway, that's not very interesting, but
no, I want to hear.
Yeah, but so it was like a long time ago, but we had like a bunch of different. What was it? One like I can't remember any of them. They were probably so dumb now. Anyway, that was a shitty story that didn't lead anywhere. But this is what docu-podcasting is about.
Docu-podcasting?
Doccast.
I think you might have something to that, because I've had real problems editing, and I'm just going to spin it as documentary podcasting. I think that...
Editing is for fucking sellouts, okay?
There is, well, what is there to sell out? But I mean... There is a thing, though. I have...
See, right now there's nothing to sell out.
But when it's
but
huge...
in 5 years...
When what's your yarn worth?
When 5 years, in 10 years, when everybody has self-driving cars and they need shit to listen to all the time because there's no... They don't have to even use their brain, like...
Because of the singularity, we've merged with robots.
I think robots will find this valuable because then they'll say, like, what were humans like?
We're artisanal human. We're locally grown humans. The robots will want sourced. I'm from Illinois. I am an heirloom human. I'm from Normal, Illinois. The robots will want me. I'm a rare find. I have long arms.
Well, it's like having like a purebred dog or something.
I'm not a purebred. I have long arms. I'm prone to depression. I have very.
Do you think there's a connection between the length of your arms and your proclivity towards depression?
Well, you said thoroughbred. And I'm just saying, I think that you would think that if I were bred, they would really try to get rid of that out of my family. They would kill the sad ones.
That would be an interesting sci-fi story, right?
Kill the sad ones.
No. The opposite. That you're bred to be more depressed. Like there's some sort of like, maybe some aliens like. They
enjoy the
for them it's either it's great entertainment or they derive energy from your. Okay, so this is a screenplay idea that I had, and maybe it's very similar to Stephen King's The Tommyknockers, but you tell me. There's an alien that crash lands somewhere, like in some small town.
Okay.
Like maybe a long time ago. People don't know, and he his ship gets stuck in the side of this hill or whatever, and then like time passes and he gets buried and stuff. Now everybody in this town has terrible problems with depression and like suicide and stuff.
Okay.
And even the therapist is suicidal, and like people cannot figure out like what's going on.
Okay.
And then but everybody has these dreams, and they keep dreaming about this this hill with a tree on it or something, and that's one of these images that's in the dream all the time. And then somebody comes from somewhere else, to some medical investigator or somebody, and they discover that the alien is the one that's he's stuck and he's sad, and because whatever his alien physiology, he's broadcasting his emotions out to the people in the town. That's why they're having such horrible dreams and issues with depression and all this other stuff.
Do these people what are their what are their compulsive issues?
I don't know. I didn't think about it in that much detail, but
you need to round out your characters.
Well, I had the opening scene is this: the guy's doing a therapy session with somebody, and she's talking about like these horrible like suicidal thoughts she's having and this depression, and then like she leaves, and then the therapist like as she leaves he like pulls out a gun and he like sticks it like
You gotta stop saying like.
in his mouth, and he's about to like shoot himself, but then his secretary's like, "Oh, your 2:00 is here," and then he puts the gun back, which is kind of like jokey, but it's like kind of like a funny image. I thought. I don't know what we were talking about that led us to this.
Do you know what I find the most powerful thing in human interaction is the subtext?
Okay, good.
Do you know
Elaborate on that.
Well, I mean, just right now.
What's the subtext right now?
I'm getting real frustrated by how much you're saying like.
Oh.
Because it's something I'm insecure about.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing myself say it. As you're saying the story, I hear you saying like, and it's all I can hear. And I'm like, should I say something? I'm a control freak. If I say something, just accept. Why can't you just accept how much Aalap is saying like, Andy? Why can you not just be okay with that? Why do you have to be a complete control freak?
Let me ask you a question. Would the world be a better place if you and I said like less often?
Well, I think the podcast would be a better place.
All right, then that's a legitimate thing for you to bring up.
This
then.
world.
Well, I mean, this podcast is not important in the world now.
I know.
But in the future, it's going to be. So we should set the ground. Like, this is our craft, right?
Yeah.
And right now we're the progenitors of this new genre.
So you're just coming on board here. This was my operation.
No,
and now you're on the team.
Well,
you just hired yourself. I like how it's a we thing now.
You know how history blurs and then some guy gets the credit?
Yeah,
And
you're going to
when
be
he was,
that guy?
Like, you're Wozniak and I'm Jobs or something like that.
I am
you know what
Wozniak.
I mean? Yeah, you're the one.
Did
Did you see the Steve Jobs movie?
No, I didn't,
Okay.
but I feel like a Wozniak. Whoever the guy not getting the credit with the chip on his shoulder, that's me. I relate to that guy.
Yeah, I think you'd be, like, you have a backpack with a bunch of audio equipment in it. You're definitely a Wozniak.
I love the gear. I've always liked the gear.
See, that's something that is a Woz thing.
Yeah.
It's like a Woz.
Anything I've ever been into in my life, always liked the gear.
Like, give me
more
other
than the
examples.
thing. Tennis, loved the racket. Saxophone, loved the instrument. I focused on the machine.
We have a lot of stuff in common. I played saxophone as
Yeah,
well.
with alto. I loved the reeds. I liked getting the best
Yeah,
reeds.
2.5. Nice 2.5 reed.
Yep, Lavaz. Do you remember Lavaz? They made good reeds.
Maybe, I don't remember the company names.
I remember
We should play we haven't played tennis either.
tennis. Anyway, my point is gear. I mean, I'm looking at the foot of the bed is the B&H photo. The Orthodox Jewish audio equipment company. You know them? They're closed on Sunday or Saturday. Saturday.
All our equipment has been blessed by a rabbi.
All right, what are you feeling and thinking right now? Because
I'm feeling that I like. Sorry about that. I don't know if I trust my own decision-making abilities at this point.
yeah, I understand that.
I feel like I should write out what it is I want to do for the next year
Okay.
on a piece of paper,
Okay.
and then just not think about it anymore after that. So I can't change my mind.
And see, I'm just thinking of what kind of paper did you write it on? Did you write it on?
Legal pad.
It's a legal pad. All right. The thing is about this is my issue about this kind of stuff. You write a goal. It doesn't allow you to be flexible. I get that could sound like a cop-out.
That's what I was thinking.
But I personally...
Flexibility is space for me to rationalize.
Yeah, that's true.
I was saying to the girl that I was on a date, I was like,
What was her name?
Ginger, and she's a redhead.
I love redheaded women.
I was saying to her, I don't like making decisions. I would prefer not to make decisions. Sorry, it's just twice. I should punch myself in the nuts.
Well, I feel weird that I just said the way redheaded women are like a sandwich that I love.
Listen,
I do like red.
Women don't want to be objectified, but that's like our favorite thing to do as men. It's like one of the top 5 things that men like to do.
Objectify.
Is objectify women. You know, that's like...
It's not as if they're in a gaseous state before, and then we talk about them and they become solids. That's a sciencey joke. But do you know what I'm saying? They are objects.
Yeah. If I see a woman from 100 yards away, I don't know anything about her humanity. Like there's a person who's an object. There's a you know, they're of this height.
From that far away, all you have is your issues with women.
It's true.
Right? And then they come closer and now it's time to deal with them. Okay, so you go on the date with Ginger.
It started to dry up, the conversation. I think, okay, so I don't think she understands junk food. It's a... let me explain it.
Okay.
So, like, I was telling her that, like I'm trying to eat healthier, but I really just like shitty food. I really just love shitty food. And I was telling her about my struggles with Taco Bell and how I used to...
My struggles with Taco Bell. I love... Okay, sorry, go ahead.
I mean, okay, it's not like maybe as legit as like a drinking problem, but like, you know, it's like binge eating and stuff.
I know, I get that. I shouldn't laugh.
And I would go and I would like eat it, and then I would like put it in the trash outside so like nobody would know that I eat all this kind of like stuff like that. You know,
that's status quo for me. But okay.
But or you know, whatever, you understand.
I do.
Right?
I very much understand.
And then I made a vow to never eat it again on my dad's birthday, which was like 2 weeks ago. No, it just happened to be his birthday, a couple weeks ago. And then I realized, like, I don't want to do, like, you know, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know, whatever reason. Maybe there's subconscious reasons at play. But I was telling her this.
We should tell the listeners what's up with your dad.
Oh, it's my dad's dead. And he died 4 years ago of a heart attack.
After eating at
Taco
Bell. Just kidding. Sorry.
But he wasn't much of a healthy eater either, probably.
Yeah.
He probably had all sorts of eating that he was doing in New York that nobody knew about. I was telling her this, you know, and she was like, she kind of gets it, but she's like, I like to just eat healthy, and then you just eat healthy food, and that sort of replaces it. She's like, I was like, yeah, but like, rice and beans and sushi is never going to beat 3 slices of pizza, no matter how acclimated you are to eating healthy foods.
Okay.
And I don't think she kind of didn't get it, you know. She's kind of like, I think she's too optimistic.
She sounds not funny, which is probably the problem.
She didn't sound like she's.
You're gonna need a funny person.
It's just there's such a short supply. I mean, I don't want to say the women are not funny, but there's just a short supply of just funny people in general.
Yeah.
And then to find a funny woman who you get along with.
Well, there's a lot of different, and also there's different kinds of funny. So it's not only do you need someone who is funny in the way that you click with.
Yeah.
Not just, like if I met the female version of Jeff Dunham, I think I'd be in trouble. You know what I'm saying, right? The female
is he
Jeff
funny?
Dunham.
What?
I'm just saying you need to find someone who there's a robust connection there.
Yeah, it's hard.
I don't want to blow past the fact that you believe that women aren't funny, Aalap. That you just went right past that.
They are, but not. So the demands of a relationship, like a romantic relationship, are very high, right? So like you can be friends with a lot of people who are funny, but like, you know what I mean? It's like so many boxes that you have to check off to be in a relationship with somebody. It's so hard. So and women are not encouraged to be funny in the same way that guys are.
So would it be? Do you think that it's not funny is not a trait that you're really looking for?
No, it is. I'm definitely looking for it. It's just so hard to find. I feel like I tried. You
can't have a boner and laugh at the same time, though. I don't think you can do a lot of laughing with an erection. I can't.
A lot.
I'm just saying the laughter ceases when you start.
No, there could be good laughing.
I get it. You can be playful, but I'm just saying, it's not.
You can't do a whole bit.
Hopefully, you're not belly laughing.
I mean, I would like to have an orgasm and belly laugh at the same time. I think that would be a nice feeling.
I've had some good...
And sneeze.
I've had some good bed laughter.
If I could sneeze...
I've had some good bed laughter.
Yeah.
So.
I made a joke one time about... you
was
want to get
say
really
Eisenhower.
graphic? I made a joke about Eisenhower.
I don't know why.
No, I did an Elephant
that came
Man
into...
joke. It was an Elephant Man joke because I had to, pull out.
Mm-hmm.
Listeners, I hope you brace yourself for what I'm about to say because it's very graphic.
You mean out of a vagina you had to pull out?
I had to pull out of this woman's vagina.
You said
she just kind of would look at me.
I'm not an animal, I'm a human being?
Yeah, well, no, like, we joked about it later because I would pull out and then she would just kind of look at me like a freak while I'm doing it, from across the bed.
What's wrong with her?
Well, no, nothing. But I don't think she understood that in some way it felt like I was an alien, Do you know what I'm trying to say? Look, so I would take it out and she would, like, kind of smile and watch me.
It's very sinister.
Well, it didn't make me feel good. And so I made the joke after that I felt weird about that, and I said, look away, I'm hideous. Like that's what I feel like. I'm the Elephant Man with my dick in my hands or something. Okay.
Did you do like the impersonation of the voice?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Man.
I am not an animal.
It's so funny. It's such a great line to say.
Yeah. This is going to be another 3 hours of audio that I don't release for another 7 years. It's going to be like that those 7-Up documentaries.
I'm banking on like...
This is coming out tomorrow.
One of us being famous so that this is useful. Like somebody wants this,
that's
you know
it.
what I mean?
So no wonder you are creating an archive. The Aalap Patel.
I think I'm always doing that.
Yes. Me too. I hoard my own celebrity for when the time comes. I keep all my notes. I keep everything because I think someday in the future someone's going to make some PBS documentary about me and they'll be like, oh, this is the famous Green Farnsworth notebook where he talks about...
This is Andy's green period.
The cat and the iron lung bit that changed the world.
The iron lung bit that changed the world.
I had this. I just always thought that was a funny visual. But anyway,
What if there was no comedy and you were just trapped on an island with just a bunch of monkeys, and that was your life? How would you follow your dreams in that situation?
The no comedy part, I don't know. But I mean,
there could still be comedy because you could entertain the monkeys.
Isn't that Planet of the Apes? Aren't we in the Planet of the Apes territory?
But they're not intelligent.
But
monkeys.
an island scenario.
Yeah.
So these are just monkeys. So it sounds like you're just alone, and that's not very funny. You're on this island. It is really good to see you. I haven't laughed in a while, and I needed a laugh, like a sparring
Yeah, it's good to
partner.
laugh. So I feel like part of the reason I had to leave is because I was like not laughing at all. I was doing some comedy and stuff, but I don't know. I couldn't envision myself
in Atlanta
living down there, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I bombed so hard at this urban open mic that I went to.
Yeah.
Oh, it was like they were just looking at me like I had like 2 eyes or 2 eyes, like 6 eyes. I don't know. It was just terrible. That was my last performance in Atlanta before I left.
So you were running from a bomb in Atlanta to back to New York.
No, that I'd already decided I was leaving, and I had and everything. But I had a couple good sets, and then but the last one was just
you had a bad
total nightmare.
Well, I'm happy you're back. I believe the universe will take care of you.
I can't respect that idea.
I sort of believe that, but I'm afraid of it too.
I mean, the universe doesn't listen to shit. Like, what do you? I mean, come on.
I know. We're just alone.
Yeah, we are. We're just alone, and so we have to scrape together. That's why I came back to New York so I could laugh before.
You die?
Yeah, before we go back into non-existence. Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna have a heart attack. That's the point of my life.
Yeah.
Well, so I want to just enjoy my life a lot up until that point. I want to smoke weed, free people from human trafficking, and just be really good at comedy. That's all. It's that hard, like, to do? No.
It's not.
And just have a hot, funny girlfriend. Like, this is so... What am I asking for? A lot? And, like, have a large room in a nice apartment. You know?
What else?
And maybe my eyesight could be a little bit better. Like I gave it second laser surgery, and it could be a little bit better.
You had one?
Yeah, I had one while I was in India. I told you, right?
Oh, that's right. You went
Yeah.
back to have, and I made the joke about the leper colony.
Yes.
I said that
They gave me leper's eyes.
That's not what I said, but I imagined.
She's got baby lepers. She's got Betty Davis eyes.
I know. Why did you have to explain it?
No, not for you. For
the people.
I should stop doing that though.
You should, because I had a real moment with that, and I was gonna say goodbye.
That was my epic 1.5 year long conversation with Aalap Patel. What was the point of that? I don't know. Listening to two guys drop in and out of melancholy, and I don't want to deprive you of whatever experience you had with it, but for whatever it was worth, I wanted to share it. And I asked Aalap if he had anything he wanted to promote, but he just texted me back and said he had lost all sense of promotion, and sent me a link to a cartoon that was playing at IFC, which was Ghibli. The complete studio Ghibli. I don't know what that is. You guys know what it is, right? I had help this week from Vince Fairchild at WNYC. The banjo music is Aaron Campbell. Check him out. Aaron Campbell, he's a banjo player. I think he's got an album coming out here soon. Just a quick note, the poem that I read about 2230 in, that's by Greg Keeler, not Kohler. I pronounced it wrong. And I have a link to his stuff in the write-up for this episode on the website, whatsyouryarnworth.com. You can find me on Twitter at Bambi Fransworth. You can go on iTunes and give us a review. That'd be super helpful if you want to do that. And I appreciate everyone that's listening. I'm kind of surprised by how many people are listening to this thing. I hope you tune in next week. I have a really good episode coming with Miss Allie Pearl, who wrote a column for the Times, the Modern Love section of the Times, called On Tinder, Off Sex. And that's going to be really good. And there's also a little piece in there about this EDM group that plays in Union Square called Chango. So tune in next week. It's going to be a good one. See you around if you don't turn square, as my grandpa used to say. Take care, everybody.